And welcome back to Space Chick Crypto. My name is Elizabeth Howard, and today I have some vaulted guests. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to bring him on. I'm so excited. I'm kind of fangirling right now. But let's see. I wanted to tell y'all, if you are not following me on my new Twitter, go ahead and do so at Spacey Crypto One. And y'all, I have so many vaulted up guests coming the next few weeks. I just hit up my vaulted friends and said, hey, you want to come in the space cabin? So they said yes. So you got to sub to the channel, hit that bell. But first, I want to invite into the space cabin for the very first time, Mike, the investor. How are you doing?
Space Chick, what's up? What's up? Thanks for having me.
What is up, Mike? I have to tell you this. I was going to tell you backstage, but I was like, no, I need to tell everybody. I got to tell everybody. First of all, y'all took the green pill. Y'all already know. Let's see here. So, Mike, I have to say that whenever I first got into crypto, you were one of the very first YouTube creators I ever watched. Like, I learned so much from you. You're a very good example to, for the crypto space and educating everybody. Your vibe is so chill. So I'm kind of fangirling right now. I just think you're great. Y'all, you have to sub to his channel. But yes, you were one of the ones that I learned crypto from, VChange specifically.
Wow. So you go back actually a little, like maybe a year and a half back. Dang, that's crazy.
I know it is wild. Like I told you, I've been watching you. Look at this, y'all. Check out his link tree. His links are in the description box below, but go give him a follow. Go check him out. He's wonderful. He is absolutely wonderful. But Mike,
Thank you, Space Chick. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course. So you got into Vault. I started seeing you talk about Vault and doing some tweets. What is up? When did you get introduced into Vault?
And so as I was telling Pablo on a live stream with Jake, I said I actually been holding Vault for a little while. I just never made any content on it. And so like coming into 2023, I prided myself on getting a lot more involved with meme coins. And for me to talk about meme coins, I felt I wanted to talk about one of the top ones that could be coming up in the space. And I felt Volt was one of those. And so to give people a little background on why I dug more into meme coins, which I've held meme coins in the past, made some decent money in Sheeb in 2021. However, I felt like I left some money on the table last cycle because I didn't hold as many memes that I could, or I could have did some things a little different. So this time around, I plan to capitalize on it.
Oh man, yeah, you always find the gems in the space. That's what I noticed about you. You notice them, and then you start making content, and that's when I'm like, oh, Mike saw it. Mike is super smart, y'all. He was on that show. Remember that show? What was it? Degen and Blockhead, Degen or Blockhead.
It was pretty fun, yeah.
I was on Mike's team, and he got like every answer right, y'all.
Not every answer.
This guy is super smart. Guess who else I have in this space cabin? I have the one and only Ladybug. What's up, Ladybug?
Ladybug, what's up? What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Glad to be here with you, ladies.
I finally get to meet Mike. Let's go.
I know.
Let's go.
That's why I was finding out right now how he got introduced into Vault. So he's been looking at it for a while. That's cool. I know. What got you so interested in Vault? What was the one thing I always like asking people that, like, what was that moment you're like, okay, I need to press the buy button now? Like that moment, what made you feel that you had to buy Vault?
Yeah, so one, the biggest thing for me, it was the consistent community strength. So how sometimes when a token comes out, the community is very, very strong at the beginning or the first few months. But since Volt has been out, the community has been that strong all 14 months. And so seeing that, of course, yes, we need utility and we know Volt has utility, but we also know You can have the best utility in the world, but if you don't have that community to back it, it doesn't go where it needs to go. And so that was the first thing that really drew me to Volt, was just how strong the community truly, truly was. And if we notice, this is how Doge and She became Doge and She, was by that community. And so that was it.
Okay, so it's a community and how strong it is. What do you think about our marketing? I love the marketing. I think he uses every penny to the last. Like, he's great.
Yeah, it is very good. I think it's intentional. I think he puts a lot of Easter eggs out there, or she, or the team. According to people that may have spoke with him, I think they said your pop had a conversation with him and said Votoshi was an actual he. So if we're going off of that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
So you know, who really knows? But either way, you know, shout out to, you know, the Votoshi team. Like they do an incredible job. They do an incredible job. And then the fact that they're constantly delivering, not just on exchanges, but partnerships, utility, and keeping the community kind of guessing and always keeping it live, you know, because sometimes a utility comes out after a month or two, then it kind of dies down. The community is like, okay, what's next? But we don't have that with Volt. It's always like, okay, pay attention to this, pay attention to this. And that's something you need. And this has all been done, all established during the point of a bear market, right? It launched in December of 2021. Here we are of April 2023. And look what Volt has done, and hasn't experienced the bull market, right? And then it just had, what, 24 million in volume, the 6th largest crypto. Haven't experienced the bull run, but has the 3rd largest in volume. You know, that's something to take a look at, right? And then when you look at, okay, it has a great community, check that box off. What does it offer to the space, right? And then we go down to actual utility, VOLTICHANGE, the play to earn games, VOLTIFLEX, the debit card, and everything else that's coming. You know what I mean? So it's a lot to really unpack with Volt.
You can't ignore any of that. What you got, Ladybug? What do you have for Mike? What question? I know you're thinking of something.
She got that.
I like that you hit every point. I love that, because that's what's important. Every single thing you brought up. What you got?
We hit 28 million today.
28?
Yeah. 28.
28 today?
28.2, and then it retraced, I think, to 27.8 or something. I don't know where it's at now, but it was earlier. We were talking about it in the chat earlier. So yeah, we're moving up. We were talking about in a matter of days, maybe possibly, you know, because you never know, but possibly being at 40 billion a day, depending on how Bitcoin acts.
Bitcoin's looking good, looking mighty strong. Twinsen has a question for Mike. Why are you in the blockchain space?
Yeah, two simple answers: freedom and wealth.
Freedom and wealth. I mean, those are the best ones right there.
No, good question though. Good question.
That is a very good question. Let me see here. I want to go on over to, y'all were saying Bitcoin went up, right? The last I checked it, it was a little over 30. Where are we at right now? Okay, yeah, still holding strong. Oh my goodness. Do you think Ethereum's gonna hit 2K this week?
I think it depends what Bitcoin does. So I think, like, if Bitcoin can get to maybe a 33K, right? I think we can see that push to 2K. But I also think for Bitcoin, we have kind of like a little bit of turbulence around 33, 34K. So to like continue this uptrend, we really kind of need to push past, you know, the mid 33, 34 level to kind of keep going up. But it's nice to see what Bitcoin is doing now. It hit 30,000 and it didn't reject it. It's still holding. So, I mean, that's a plus for sure. And I was saying earlier on the live stream that we are in an uptrend, right? So pullbacks and everything is expected to happen at some point. When things go up, they pull back a little bit, retrace, and then they go back up. That's part of the game. So when we zoom out, we're still in an actual uptrend. So that's what I would say for people.
Okay, yeah. I think a chart like that is super healthy. You can't have that green candle going straight up. And I think that's good. Yeah, I like that, Mike. I like that. Let me see. Twinsen says, the question I ask everybody about the blockchain. Miss Mop, I think I'm saying that correctly. Super vaulted up crypto surfer, Vault Army, let's go. And a super chat, a super big bomb from Army veteran. Thank you so much for this enormous super
Let's
chat.
go, baby.
Hey, Mr. Mike, don't get too comfortable now, Space Chick. Crypto is my number one girl. Space Chick.
Hey, I don't want any problems, Army veteran.
That's so funny. That's awesome. Yeah, we talk about some interesting things here in the Space Cabin. One night we got stuck on in NFT world. You know, it's a whole other world out there.
Yeah.
And we found some that were feet. It was like, what? And they were selling hot too. Like they were up there. I was like, what? Hey, whatever. You never know.
Only bands. Subscribe.
You never know what you're gonna find out there that's just gonna take off. So
yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you so much, Army veteran, for this super chat. Y'all, let's go on over to the VOLT-INU news. Y'all are so funny. All right, let's go check it. I'm so glad y'all are both here. Y'all are like some of my favorite people here in the crypto space for real. And to have y'all both in here, I love it. Oh, let's look at this. The market cap. That's what I liked about what December DeMarco was saying yesterday. This is how you can tell like the health of the crypto space is what the market cap is doing. And it's over $1 trillion. And so that's good. Nobody got scared off. Like, I feel like we all know the government's game. We all know what's going on. You know, we're built different. We see things differently. And so no, there's no way we're going anywhere. Crypto's 23,310 out there. And that's crazy. You came across VOLT-INU, everybody. So I feel like everyone that found Vault is super blessed because there's always so much going on with it, like giveaways, the community, utilities, like you were saying, this Volti card, this is wild. I can't wait to get mine. But on the roadmap, what is your favorite thing about phase 5? I'm going to pull that up right now.
You know, and I've been asked this question before. The first time it was the milestone of 250K holders, but now I think that's still a big milestone because we can just see how strong we are now. So imagine 250,000 of people with the same energy. But for me, it's VoltiFlex. I'm curious to really see how that's going to unfold, to be able to allow tokens to be, you know, technically passive income friendly, being able to be staked and give rewards back to holders just for holding. Right, we see what VOLTICHANGE is doing, allowing BSC and ETH tokens to be, you know, deflationary. So I'm excited to see how that works because I'm really big into passive income as well. So I'm excited to see how that unfolds for the space.
Okay, you're the first one I've heard say that, the VoltiFlex. Everyone's been saying, I even said the exchanges and the holder count, and yeah, the VoltiFlex. That one. How long do you think that one's going to take? Do you think that would take like a whole year, the rest of the year to complete? Or?
According to some of Otoshi's tweets, it's supposed to come out this year. Okay. So no time, you know, no ETA on it, but it's supposed to launch sometime this year. So.
And what do you think, Ladybug? What's your favorite bullishness on this chart or this phase right here? What's your favorite one? Miss April's thinking.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to be in agreement with him actually because I feel like, you know, well, for the long-term holders, that's what we're looking for. You know, passive income, being able to, you know, have income as we're growing in crypto. I mean, I just, you know, I've been here for a while now, so that's what because I'm long term, you know. So I'm in agreement with that.
What about you, Space Chick?
Oh, yeah. See, that's what it was, the centralized exchanges and the holders, but that will come. So I love what I like about the phase 5. What I like about the roadmap in general is that it's a forecast of everything that we are going to get. And so it's on here, so it will happen. So every single one of them is extra bullish, but I like how you put that. I might have just, you know, I see things differently now, how you said that. The VoltiFlex, how all of that together is just going to, I mean, that's most important, the utility in a crypto project anyway. And the holders will come, the exchanges will come. So yeah, building on something that's that huge and that big and will change the space he's changing the space up a lot.
For sure.
He's switching it all up. Look who we have in the space cabin, y'all. We have VOLTICHANGE himself.
What is up? What's going on?
What's up, VOLTICHANGE? VOLTICHANGE, do you have any questions for Mike? Anybody in the
chat? Get ready. You're in the hot seat now.
I know, right? Oh,
we love you, VOLTICHANGE.
Yeah, we love VOLTICHANGE.
So while we're waiting to see if VOLTICHANGE has a question for me, I'm curious to hear your story on what got you guys into Volt. Or I shouldn't say guys, but ladies. What got you ladies into Volt?
Go ahead, April.
Oh, well, I was needing to make some more money. You know, I was the bull market had me spoiled, and when it went, you know, kaput, I was like, small gym, please, small gym.
Yeah.
That's why that's literally what I put in. And Kingsley, which is one of the OGs, he was, I think, a day one, and he was speaking kingdom. You know, he kept saying, you know, kingdom facts and stuff, and that really, for me, resonated. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I looked it up, you know, put in it again, and beliefs came up. And, you know, his thing, he's always right. So it just sold me.
That's what's up. Now it's turned into something bigger for you, I guess, huh?
Way bigger, because I was a day trader.
Okay.
So, you know, I was in bull run. I didn't know it was really a bull run. I just thought this was what it was.
Right. I feel you.
So, yeah, but I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot since I've been here. That's why I always promote the VC, because, I mean, knowledge is power. And Power, Pablo, Ozzy, and so many other ones that, you know, are not always in there. They drop so many gems every day and teaching. And this morning, Power was on. And, I mean, Ozzy too. And we were just, you know, it's just a wealth of information. So, I love it.
You are a big part of the community, Ladybug. Like, you definitely are the backbone. You hold us all together. You whip us all into shape too sometimes.
I'm auntie.
She can go savage sometimes.
Auntie Ladybug. Huh?
Auntie B.
Oh, look, Bleeves heard you, Ladybug. Look, he says howdy.
Please, what's up, man?
Oh man, for me it was I kept seeing all my friends making videos. I was like, hey, what is going on? Like, all these videos were coming out around that time though. Like, I can't even remember the other projects, to be honest with you. I just remember there was a bunch of dogs and then VOLT-INU one stood out. But Crypto Queen, Tammy, the Crypto Queen, she was on a live. I was on with her, and she was like, nobody's in here. Pablo must be having a live. And Pablo invited her, and I got an invite. So then I really got a good taste of, like, this is the Volt Army. It was like a huge live. It was so much energy. And then I was tuning in the day of the migration on YouTube. I was watching Pablo's live, and I was like, this is great. This is wonderful. Like, I need more of this. These people are amazing. So it was the community too, and the energy really, really got me into Volt. So, yep, that's how I got in.
Nice. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, look at everyone's popping up. Everyone, Volt Army always comes in strong. Anytime there's a live stream, like, someone will pop in the chat, hey, so-and-so's live, and they brought up Volt. Boom. We are all there. You know what? Also on this phase 5, y'all, that Volti library. I want to know what that's about.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah, we could definitely speculate on it.
Oh, look, Voltoshi has a question.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. He says, if I were to ask a question, it'd be, what's not really on the roadmap yet, at least not detailed? What? That's bullish. That's coming maybe next. That's trending, narrative, that's innovative. Oh, Voltoshi, come on.
Voltoshi.
He just dropped something.
In true form. This is him.
And I wonder, does it have anything to do with the tweet he did earlier today when he said, hey, all of a sudden you're going to need to hold a BDS NFT, right?
I was
Don't say
you
haven't been warned. So, I mean, I pay attention. I may not talk all the time, but I pay attention.
I love it.
I'm curious to see what happens, because to me it sounds like another utility is being added to the NFT, in my opinion.
Man.
Mike, I'm gonna say this, Mike, since it's our first conversation. I love NFTs and I love our NFTs. And I tell everybody that they are so slipping. At least get one. At least have one in your wallet so that whatever's coming, because if you've been in the NFT space, a lot of them, you have your generation 1, your generation 2. I don't what he would label ours or how he's going to do it, but we do have another set of NFTs that will be coming out eventually. So I seen that this morning, and I rated, I think I put a 10 tweets.
You're like,
let's go.
She's vaulted. Look, something's going on in the chat over here about AI, y'all. Something's up. Now, I've been, I've been paying attention. There's these globes popping up all over, some tweets. It says, I don't know, Voltoshi, what sort of AI is it? Oh man, they're playing with us right now. Stage 6, incoming stage 5 will be destroyed by June. And then Voltoshi says, no need for AI when you got Bleeves. something's going on with the
cooking.
AI.
Something's cooking.
Yeah.
And you want to know what else I thought was super dope about Volt? It may sound small, but when you think about the impact, I think it's so big. It's the word Volt. It's a catchphrase. Everyone says it. You may have people that don't even really hold Volt, let's vote, because it sounds cool. It has that ring to it. Think about any major brand that had a slogan. It went, just do it, like Nike or whatever it is. Having that slogan to go with a very strong community, I think makes it that much stronger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The longevity of this project, the marketing that it can go, it's wild. They can use it for so many things, Voltoshi, and the color too. It's not blue, it's not pink, it's green. Everybody can go there with green. You can put that on anything. I have it on a red, like a VOLT-INU sweatshirt. It matches with red, it matches with black, it matches with everything. Let me see here. Yeah, in the Nike, something's up with the Nike, I think. Later on. I'm just saying, I call it Nike. Oh, look, thank you so much for the super chat, Julius. I just bought a VDSC NFT. Oh, congratulations. Just about 20 minutes ago because of that tweet.
Congrats.
What? Let's go. Voltoshi always throwing stuff in parables. I know, right? I'm not about to start dragging NFTs with nobody. I got mine. Get yours, folks. Oh, that's so cool. Congratulations, Julius. Yeah, something's going on with those. So there's a roadmap. There's a whole roadmap. And when I was on YL's show, he was showing me, he was like, yeah, Space Chick, this has been here. I was like, there's always so much going on. I didn't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know it was there. Let me go try. Look at Bleeves. Bleeves is very surprised with everything going on. He's ecstatic right there. Look at Hinnock always yelling at everybody. Mike, do you yell at everybody too?
No, I'm more chill.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. I'm just skimming through these really, really quick, y'all. I really want to see the Volta Dragon Sailors Club. 1 second. We got to do VOLT-INU proper. Let me see. Can y'all see this? Give me 1 second. Let me put us to the side over here so we can do VOLT-INU proper. So this right here, this is what we were talking about, y'all. And all of a sudden, you have to hold a Volta Dragon Sailors Club. That's our NFT collection. Don't say you weren't warned. And we're going to go check out that page here in just a second. Dogecoin Rise says, I see Volt giving us hints. I know, right? Exactly. A top 10 centralized exchange listing coming this month. Oh my goodness. So that's in the forecast. That's amazing. With top trading volume, with top meme coins like Doge, Floki, the rise is inevitable. So true, because we haven't even seen a green day in the market yet. Like, we've had green walls, but we haven't seen everybody just extra bullish on crypto. Like you were saying, Ladybug, whenever we were in the bull market, you're just like, oh, I guess this is how it goes, and then it stopped. You're like, wait, what happened?
Rug pull.
The whole crypto market was rug pull. You're like, wait, I just got here. This happens. Oh man. All right. So let's see, what else do we have here? Privatizing profits. Oh my goodness, I'm having a hard time talking right now. We will privatize them for VOLT-INU soon. All right. How it's about to vault. These dogs. What do you think about the new dogs?
That's a big one, though. Space Chick. I'm not gonna let you go past that one too.
Let's go.
Privatization. And when you said privy, yeah, I had to say it. Privatization. Excuse me. That's a big one, and well, not a big one, but it's Mike, you know about privatization. I can't even say it now, but you know about that. That's a nice one. It's gonna be added. I believe he's gonna add it to the stage 5. We were talking about that this morning in the chat. Only reason why I'm saying anything about it. So, yeah, that's going to be something that's going to be added in. So,
fill us in, April. What are you doing? Come on. What was said?
Because we're really not supposed to say anything.
Oh, okay. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Besides that part. So, yeah. And then, he put the thing in the chat this morning for I believe the CEX that we're gonna get already signed, sealed, delivered, already done. So
and that OKX partnership, extra bullish. Like, they actually took the time to talk with us. That's a tier 1 exchange. Like, they're not gonna just talk to anybody. Let me see what the Vault Army has to say really quick, y'all. When the Vault Army's in here, the chat goes crazy. I have to keep up. I'm still learning, Mike. I'm still learning. Valtoshi just called me and said, hey, this is Manu. Please shut up. Look, she even went off screen, Mike. Like,
what just happened?
She's not even playing. Look, okay, you're back. Look at her. She's like, all right, I didn't say anything. All right, let's go. Let me come back.
She got the smile like I just know the secret.
I know. She knows a lot. I'm telling you.
I just have an idea.
I got you.
He says, I wonder why he ended with all right, all right, all right. When? Who said that?
Who ended with all right, all right, all right?
Who? Did Valtoshi say it? Valtoshi. No, he didn't. I'm scrolling up. No, he didn't say that. Who are you talking about, Bleaves? Let us know. I'm trying to figure this out. We're all trying to figure this out. Oh, thank you so much, Army Veteran, for the super chat. I see over 69 blocks on Dex Tools. What would it take to get on all of them? Oh, 69 blockchains. I'm sorry. 69 blockchains. I don't know. What would something like that take? I have no idea.
Oh.
That
would be insane.
Yeah, it would take a lot, but honestly, I don't think that needs to be done because I don't think we're gonna need 69 blockchains.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't think that's really a problem,
Mm-hmm. What are the main ones you think that we should get on, Mike?
So I'm a big fan of BSC, of course. ETH is going to be here, of course, is the big dog. I'm a big fan of Solana long-term success. I like Algo also, and I like Stellar. Big fan of that as well. When we kind of get into some of the OG cryptos, and I'm gonna be careful when I say this. Because I've been holding it since 2020 as well. So XRP, I like XRP a lot as well, but I don't know if it's gonna be the chain that everyone is using, right? I think it's gonna be more of a chain for business, governments, and things of that nature. So I don't think it's going to be like the chain that just the masses are using, which is why I say the blockchains to kind of get on, because, we're not looking for XRP for gaming or NFTs or really DeFi, right? You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of a different crypto to kind of look at when it comes to blockchain aspect.
Mm-hmm. This person, Perry, just put Solana. The chain is bullish for games. What do you think, April?
It's either a love or hate right now for some
well,
people.
Solana, I really like. Really, you hit on. I'm a BSC chick. Period. That's just as me. I love it. I got ETH and Polygon, blah blah blah. But BSC is me all day long. But I would be and I like Polkadot. I love Polkadot. Actually, I feel like Polkadot has
Layer 0.
way, and so Solana. I think they can recover. I just think it's going to be a little bit, but I think they can regain because I was in with them when they ran that first time. It was crazy. So,
and then you saw up here the ones that this Volti card supports. Now this is cool. I like this. Whenever he said XRP, because he's always doing stuff ahead of time, like always. Like he watches the news. I don't know how he does all of this every day, but he knows what's up, and he keeps up with this amazing project and networking and everything. But it supports Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, USDC, BUSD, and XRP. Y'all, if y'all are looking into getting this Volti card, you can go and request it. But why do you think he put XRP on there? That is my big question for everybody who's come in here the last few days.
It's somewhat of a people's token, in my opinion.
Let me see.
XRP. XRP, for whatever reason, I think for me it's the controversy between one and another. But at the end of the day, Swift is not going anywhere. So XRP, blah, blah. I think they'll work together eventually. I thought they had something linked up anyway, but I might be somehow. But yeah, it's all gonna be XRP. I believe it's gonna run. I just don't think it's gonna be as, to me personally, I don't think the numbers are gonna get there. But I believe it's gonna be profitable. I just don't think it's like that. Let me say it like that.
Yeah. And what Cash said, he's correct. XRP does give NFTs, but what I was saying is no one's like looking at that blockchain for NFTs. You know what I mean?
I didn't know they had that. I know the main ones like Solana and I just found out. Anyway, I've been learning the past few months, but yeah, I didn't know that one. That's interesting. XRP. Have you heard of the Bitcoin NFTs? But some people are confused about that. Mike, do you have a video out about the Bitcoin NFTs? You need one. Because it's not what everybody thinks. I know that part.
The thing about those,
you gotta have some money though too. You know what I mean? You gotta have some money if you're messing with Bitcoin NFTs. So if you want to spend your Bitcoin on NFTs and you got something to play around with, me personally, I'd rather hold my Bitcoin at this time. Instead of
buying an NFT.
This one's price is already up there.
So it depends, but yeah, Bitcoin NFTs are. Some of them are doing very well. Like someone just said, Twin said Ordales are doing really well. You got DGOS that just migrated over from Solana, which is doing exceptionally well. So for example, we're talking about XRP NFTs and Bitcoin. Think about it. XRP is way more faster, as we know, but you can see there's more traction for NFTs on Bitcoin compared to an XRP because no one looks at XRP for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I didn't even know. I was like, what? I didn't even know XRP did that. How much price range? What is the price range for those Bitcoin NFTs?
It depends. I've seen anywhere from 0.001 all the way up to over 1 Bitcoin. So, and I mean, it's the NFT marketplace. So, we can, sell it or list it for whatever we choose to. You need someone else on the other side to purchase it.
Yeah, that is true. That's the thing about NFT world. That was one thing I learned. They stay up all night. That's one thing I learned. They stay up all night and they have they find the hottest ones. And so when I saw them talking about Bitcoin, I was like, what's going on? And I listened to a space and people were saying, no, it's not what everybody thinks. So I'm glad I asked you. I didn't know that they were already out and going for that much. That's a lot. What do you think about this tweet? From Garda, get electrified with VOLT-INU, buy, store, and manage Vault in your vibrant Garda wallet. Join the energetic community and empower your crypto experience today. What do you think about Garda?
I think it's another great option for hot wallets to move around with.
Yeah, a lot of people know about Garda Wallet. Like I've been seeing it out and about. They got 35.9K followers. Look at Ladybug doing some business in the back. You see that? That's what she's doing.
Space Chick, I'm here. I'm here.
That's what it's like. Pablo, when you see Pablo like look away for just a second, he'll still be in the conversation, know everything that's going on, and he'll be messaging people still doing business. Yeah. Like, how do you do that? That's good though. We need somebody like that. That's good. But look, she's still working. All right, so right here, that's with Garda. That's really awesome. Just so many options you can get with Vault, and that's what I've noticed. You were talking about how projects in 2022, like, and we were talking about that last night as well. Like a lot of them are just dead. They died. They're dead. They died. You don't even know about them anymore. Like I've literally seen a project do so well, and then in a few months, like literally 2 months, the Telegram was shut down. It was sad, and the dev was just defeated. The community was the one trying to say, hey, you said you're going to do this, continue doing it. So I don't think a lot of people know that does happen out in the space. There's over 23K cryptocurrencies out there, y'all. A lot of cryptos. So that does happen quite a bit. And so Valtoshi, he doesn't do that. He's stuck with us. There's always giveaways and always some new utilities, phases coming up, phase 5. I mean, that's a forecast because we know it's a forecast because he actually completes and does what he says he's going to do. So I think that's really cool. I think we all need to master at this point in our crypto careers, we need to master dollar cost average. That's what we need to work on right now because we're in a good project. We know what to look for. And I feel like that's what we need to do. How do you keep yourself from FOMO, Mike? And then we're going to ask you, Ladybug. Don't think you're not going to answer that.
For me, for one, I always kind of have like a set allocated amount, and I just try to stay true to that. So long as I'm not investing more than what I have to invest that week or that month, I'm good. And that's a good way for me to just kind of stay in the safe zone. And then also a lot of times, once I get to a certain number, as far as like quantity amount, if I'm good there and I have like a certain price point in mind, I'm done buying that crypto. I'm just holding and waiting.
Okay. Yeah. About how much do you, I know that's private info, but like how much would you think would be a good bag of Vault? What do you think is a good bag?
Great question. I'm not going to give you the answer you want, but I'm going to give you a good answer.
Give me a good answer.
So
I want to know.
What I would say, because I get asked this question a lot about certain cryptos, how much should you hold? So in my opinion, I think there's kind of 3 things to go off of as an investor. 1, how much do you actually have in risk capital safely to invest? Number 2, realistically, where do you see the project going far as numbers? Not what Ladybug say, not what Space Chick Crypto say, not what Mike say or anyone else, but what realistically do you see that project going in market cap? Which can tell you how much you can make based off of what you invest. And so then the third thing is, how much are you actually going to invest out of the risk capital you actually have? So those are the 3 things that I tell every investor to go off of, because not everyone has 5K to put in. Not everyone has 10K or $1,000 to put in. So you have to figure out, okay, if I only have this to work with, your options are going to be a little bit limited. So then you have to figure out, okay, also, where are you buying in at? So I think people right now, in my opinion, people are getting bought under 100 million market cap. I think we have a bright future. Let's just say that. And so, in my opinion, it goes off of what do you want to actually make from this investment, which is going to depend on how much you invest and where do you think the project can go in market cap, which will reflect in price.
Yeah, Mike, you still sound the same from whenever I first started watching you. For real. Okay. Yeah, that is a very good answer. And it's a lot of education you just dropped on us as well. Thank you for that. What do you got, April? How big do you think a bag of VOLT-INU you should have? Like what size of bag do you think?
I don't even have to answer questions. Mike's got all the answers.
No, I'm learning. I'm learning.
We're sitting on
I'm
each
loving his
side.
answers. Look, I'm loving his answers, but
No.
it's really how much you want to invest. I mean, some people do invest weekly, some daily, some once a month. Really, it is what he said about your pocket and where you see the project going to also is a big factor in how much you invest in the project too. So, for me, I just like right now, like this is a great time, to buy some more. But I hate to say it, but we were saying it just dropped a little bit lower. I mean, because we want to capitalize on the DCA and this stuff, but 14 is a good number. So
I think it's a good number too. I didn't think it would get to that, but I'm glad it did, because you can dollar cost average on that. And it is true. What's coming up in this project is insane, how it's been growing throughout 2022. It wasn't a bear market for Volt, it was a builder's market. And so it just one day after another, brick by brick, it just built up. And then we have all this to look forward to. Voltoshi definitely gained the trust of the community and the crypto space by everything he's done. He's got a very good reputation in the space as well. And I always think, consider your source. And so he's got a very good track record. So I agree with you too, Mike. Just you got to know what you're holding and how long, like the longevity of the project and it actually changing the space, doing something. And he's not done yet. That Volti-Flex, I wonder what that's gonna.
Hey, that's gonna be
crazy in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me looking at that.
Things though. That's the thing about Volt. I was talking about this the other day. We've got so many things that can attract so many different type of investors. And he only keeps adding to it. That Coin Rapid, I believe, is going to be really huge.
Which would be lending for Volt, allowing people to make money instead of So yeah, I think a big education piece is needed in that area too. And I'm not just like 100% zoned in on making money from your crypto by lending it out. Like I understand the process and everything, but like it's not something I specialize in. So that's something I'm gonna look a little bit more into as well.
We were Power was talking about it this morning. Him and Ozzy chiming off each other, because I mean, if you've already got millions, we would say take advantage of it, especially, but make sure you do your research on what it means and what you're really doing. Like, have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna put this in. Da, da, da. If you want to buy a house or something like it, have a purpose to what it is. Don't do it to be like, oh, I'm going to go out here and do a DJ and play. You don't want to do that. You don't want to wait till you're at the top and then leverage or however it goes, because what if it goes down 25%? And they'll give you a warning, but you got to come up with that money and then your collateral stuff. So there's so many different aspects to that, but it's good. It's great if you know what you're doing. So just know what you're doing before you jump into it.
Mm-hmm. Don't over leverage. Don't spend that rent money, y'all.
Have a purpose.
You have to hone yourself in those emotions, because it is. What do you think about this, Mike? In April, crypto is more than a chart. It is a mind game. That's how I feel it is, because it's like a whole psychology. Like, you have to be careful when you see the chart, how it makes you feel or what's going on with certain catalysts are all over the world. Some people will over leverage at times, and it's scary, because if you do that, you will always sell, y'all, and you'll always sell for a loss. Unfortunately, you might get lucky, but I would say be careful. And believe in the project you're invested in, because if you don't, then you're going to
sell it for anything.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Exactly. I probably heard that from you, Mike.
Don't
But
allow people to sway you. If you've been, if you've been here, if you've been in the project and you see everything that's going on, just because it goes down, don't let people like, oh, it's time. Look, because the way I see this project long term is, we always say $1 and nothing less. Obviously, it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. Anybody should know that. If you don't know it, trust, it's not going to happen overnight. I would love for it to, but you have to do the math. But I mean, I'm looking at it as a blue chip, a mini blue chip, a coin. So I mean, I'm in it for the serious long term.
Yeah. And kind of piggybacking off of what you said, Ladybug, in a second. Well, actually, we can go after this. I know you have Clockwise Crypto pulled up. I was going to have you pull up the vote chart because I wanted to touch on something.
Let's go. I was just going to point out how we have so many people talking, about Volt right now. He had like 107K followers right there on Twitter.
Volt right now is what? About 80 million in market cap, somewhere around there.
97.
97.
It might be 100 million now. It might have been got it back up. So we had a lot of movement today.
So the question you asked me a little earlier to me and Ladybug Space Chick, you said how much is enough to hold in Volt? Well, I think another way to if we want to dig in the weeds a little bit, have a little fun with it, is looking at what the market cap is now. So if we're just rounding up and we say the market cap is 100 million, well, the great way to figure out what you think a project can do you think Volt can do a 10x? Well, what does a 10x look like from where you bought in at, right? So let's say you bought in at 100 million, just for this example. A 10x is $1 billion market cap, right? So that's an easy way to figure out. A lot of people think Volt's going to do more than that. I do. However, what do you think it's going to do based off of where you bought in, based off of where it's at right now? All-time high for Doge was 60 billion. All-time high for SHIB was around 40 billion. So those are good numbers to try to figure out what's possible. What's 100x right now for Volt, right? What does that look like? Do you think that's possible? And those are great ways to figure out for yourself. What do you think is possible and where should you sell? Because that's another thing. You always want to have a number. If you don't have a number when to sell, you never will. And I'm just telling you from experience. I've been in crypto since 2020. And if you don't have a number, you won't sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's me. I've held on to stuff where it just got greedy and like, okay, it's going to keep going. Like, no, Elizabeth, do something, like this is why you're in it. You have to take profits at some point because that's why we're here to help make our lives better. But I do agree that that's a huge market cap for Shiba and Dogecoin, and then the market cap we have right now. The watch list as well on Coin Market Cap for Doge and Shiba is over 1 million. I believe ours is like 74K, if I'm not mistaken. So just all the eyes we have on Volt as well. And whenever everybody, what do you think it's going to take? What is the turnkey for it to take the world to see Volt? What do you think it's going to take? Because Bitcoin's already running, as they're saying in the chat. What is going to be that point where it's like, okay, let's go check out meme coins?
I think we're kind of waiting on for more of the masses to come back to crypto because there's still a lot of people that left crypto. Remember, all-time high was 3.1 trillion. We hit a low of like 800 million, and now we're close to 1.3 trillion now. So there's, believe it or not, there's still quite a few people that's scared, that's nervous, but we live in crypto, so it don't seem that way to us because we live in the space. But like the people that's really not in crypto, there's still a lot of people that's waiting. And I remember Pablo saying something on a live stream the other day, and I agree with him. He said the masses really won't come into Volt until it hits that 1 billion market cap. And I do agree with that because most people don't buy until everything is green, just like the market. Everyone doesn't come in until everything is green. So for people like us that's already in Volt, we're already here for the gains, right? And this is what the rich do. They buy when no one else is looking, and then when everyone else comes in, they sell it right back to the people that's buying. That's what's happening. So the people that's in Volt right now, we have that opportunity to sell our bags to the people that's coming in later. It sounds bad, but that's the name of the game.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that, because once Bitcoin really takes off, that's when you're gonna see a lot of eyes come into the space. With the thing with Fidelity and stuff, and the banks and them, failing or about to fail, and a lot of the big people are already buying Bitcoin. So, once the retail investors get a whiff of it, then it's going to be all just psh.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of panic buying, FOMO, because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, we need to do something. That's what I think is going to happen. Because even my mom asked me, she was like, and if a grandma or mom already asked about a stock or a crypto, like it's gotten the word out. The word's gotten out, and she was like, "Can you help me buy XRP?" I was like, "Yeah,
That's what's up.
Let's do it right now." My mom is like 78 years old, so she's a hip granny. She knows what's up.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's like warming to the heart though, because you don't see that. Like someone her age trying to get into this high tech, what we call blockchain, like that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm so proud of my mom. She's so cool. Like, yeah, she was like, how do I? And she loves Pablo. She thinks Pablo's the man.
Pablo is the man. Pablo
He
is the man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Look,
Pablo shows up and shuts the party down, boy. I'm telling you, boy.
he does. Blue hair bullish, pink
Love
hair
it.
bullish. I like what you said about that, though, how the masses will be coming in and all of that. And they will, because XRP is on everybody's mouth. And hey, just so y'all know, you can buy it on VOLTICHANGE. You can buy XRP on VOLTICHANGE, and it'll help burn the supply. I love the fact that it's a deflationary exchange like that. It's deflationary, decentralized exchange. Anybody can go on it, and the widget's also very helpful, because I think we're gonna see a big spike in another wave of cryptos coming out, like people trying to start cryptocurrency projects right when retail starts in. But do you think there'll be regulation that might stop something like that when they start seeing the crypto craze again? Do you think that regulation might be kicking in at that time?
It's a great question, Space Chick. It's hard to say. It's hard to say because a year ago we were supposed to have more regulation than what we have now, and we still don't. So I think we will have more regulation, but I don't think it's going to stop cryptos from coming up. I don't think it's going to stop scams from from coming up. So I still think that's going to be here. And I think what you're saying, I think the next bull run after this one, I think we will see more of that happening, stopping in my opinion. Because I think this upcoming bull run, I don't think it's just going to be a full utility run either. Like, yes, it's going to be a utility run, but I think it's going to be a big DeFi run. Meme coins are going to have their season again because a lot of people are still getting into crypto to make money. And to be honest, we need tech. We need the blockchain tech to make the money, right? Blockchain enables crypto. And so if everyone is here just to make money and no one's here to make the tech better for freedom, how do we actually move forward in crypto? This is why crypto has had stumbling blocks. And so with that being said, this is why I think this bull run is going to be a crazy cycle bull run. I think a lot is going to be adopted. However, I don't think it's going to kind of stop pumping up projects coming up. I think we see that more of being shut down, the 2030 bull run, in my opinion.
Yeah, there has to be. They're going to pop in and do something. They have, I mean, and I'm so tired of seeing so many people get scammed and, devs hopping from one project to another. Like, I literally did an AMA with a dev, and then I heard his same voice, the same person on a Twitter space in a different project. Yeah, like probably a couple weeks after at that. maybe a few, maybe 3 max. And so there's just so much of that goes on. I just want to, they got to slim it down.
I don't know. I feel like that the regulations aren't going to be there's going to be some that come in, because obviously there's already some coming in. But I feel like what you said, more the next bull run, because they're trying to get their feet wet and see what's going on. I feel like the government's trying to get in and really get in and see how things are really working. I know they got people behind the scenes that are trading every day and all that stuff, but like with the Fed now, I was just use as an example. When they brought it out, 2 weeks ago, a week or so ago, and then the video of them, showing you how this is how the money's going and da da da. For me, it's more of them getting in and getting acclimated, and then the regulations are going to come. I feel like then they're going to hit. But you got to realize they're not going to be able. For me, I don't think they're going to do too much right now because the banks are rugging. So they say, hey, trust. They're going to come in and try to put regulations in, and their backyard's not clean. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot going on there. So.
They do. Man, they do. Yeah, the banks did rug. That's the best way to put it. They are rugging. That hearing is crazy. I've been keeping up with that. Have y'all been watching that? The Silicon Valley Bank hearing and all that with the reps? Oh man. Their next one I think is coming up on the May 4th. I think I have to check again, but it's pretty soon. And the last time I saw it, they didn't know anything. We don't know. We'll get back. We don't know. We'll get back. Like, what? What do you know? Did you know where you were going today?
They know everything, but they want to keep,
yeah.
Like, oh, we don't know anything, but they know everything. But you just gotta. It's all kinds of stuff going on with China. For me, they're trying to take advantage of the situation temporarily, because it'll be temporarily. Because with the devaluation of the dollar, blah blah blah, and all that. So they're trying to build this over here, and they're still going to need us. So,
yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's fixing. I mean, there's a lot brewing in the background that we all need to stay updated with, because it's going to affect us. It is affecting us, and people are asking, like a 78-year-old woman, where do I get XRP? It's making waves, everything that's going on. And I think they're dragging it as much as they can. They're dragging it out as much as they can with saying, oh, we don't know. With every single question. It's like, did y'all not know where you were going today? Did you not know who you were speaking to? So hopefully they come back with some answers, but I'm glad everyone's seeing them and seeing what's really going on in the world for once. I think everyone's opening their eyes up a little bit, and kind of things they're shaking up. They're shaking up in the crypto space. So do you think, because whenever I talk to some people before, like, okay, you were into crypto, like Dogecoin, a lot of people jumped into Dogecoin, and a lot of people feel they got burned by Dogecoin because of how the price, they bought in when it was green, like you said, and then it dumped. So how do you think we can get those type of people, retail investors, back in? Because mass adoption is where it's going to happen, of course, but how do we get those people? That's what they bought once. How do we get them to buy again?
Great question. So here's my sentiment on it. I think there's going to be some people that just have a really bad taste in their mouth that just may not come back to crypto at all. I think there's going to be some people that leave crypto, come back down the road. And then I think there's some people that's just waiting. And once they see things pump again, they're going to jump back in, because all of us like money, right? And so if you have the opportunity to make money, as much money as we spend on things maybe we don't need, people are going to take an opportunity to make some money, especially when it comes to meme coins, because the overhead to invest is exceptionally low. People can throw $100 in and get lucky, right? You can't do that with a Bitcoin or Ethereum. You know what I mean? You're not gonna make too much money from that. What's $100 to $1,000? That's no money. So I think we're still going to see the same people come in, because you're going to see, in my opinion, even heavier euphoria this time around, which is going to bring those people in. There's going to be people last time I was like, hey, this time is different. Watch, we're going to hear that again. This time is different. Get in now. There's going to be people that's wanting to come in and make money. And that's my opinion. I think there's going to be more people that come back than that don't.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. What you got, Miss April? What do you think's going to bring people back? Besides whooping them. Besides
losing money, banks draining their accounts, calling people. Wow. They have those back doors and all that. Like the housing, all of that. I mean, with everything going on, I hate it's really kind of, it's just really the way we're working right now, how everything's failing. They're gonna have to run somewhere, and it's gonna be crypto because you know that's what's gonna be available. It's just, I mean, that's the only way I see. The way that they're handling this business is really just terrible.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. Yeah, people are gonna run. They're gonna say, okay, we've been hearing about crypto. We're tired of hearing about it too. Some of them I saw in the chat with that hearing. Some people were saying, something about crypto, and they were like, they're just as bad as the banks. I was like, just educate yourself on DeFi. If y'all are ever in one of those situations, don't argue with people. We are the face of crypto, and so you got to be careful, handle with kid gloves, because we want that mass adoption. And I agree with y'all.
I have to tell them to do their own research. I mean, I think a lot of the problem is because when I came in, I knew freaking nothing. I just started making some money. I was like, hey, this is great, but I didn't know, I was rugged probably 20, 30 times. But anyway, I was keeping I was rugged on all kind of stuff. But I made money, but also it was projects I just jumped into because somebody said, hey, this is a good project.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. And I didn't do any research. I just took their word. So for me, I think that's where a lot of new investors fail at, because we really, I won't say we because I'm not so new anymore, but I will say we take the word of people that has been in, or you think they know more. And so that's where people are going to come in. I think that's once people start really making some real money, like you said, the market cap's what, 1.2 trillion right now?
Yeah, close to 1.3. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, we're still, it was at like 900 million when I came in 2019. So, I mean, it's still.
How much was it?
It was about 900 million when I came in.
Oh,
wow. Somewhere around in there. Yeah. And then, it just took off, and it was just crazy. But, I mean, it's all in who brings you in, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is. You got it. And then there's so much, the terminology. I feel like, education is key. I wonder who's going to take over that. There's going to be, like, we have OpenSea for NFTs. Who's going to be the big one for education in the crypto space that everyone knows about and can just run to? That's what we need. We need like a big old library, but a 1, 2, 3 for crypto. See, Mike, you got to get on that. See, you helped bring me into crypto. But I didn't get scared off. We got to bring these people back. I got to ask you, I'm loving this space cabin. I love y'all in here. What do you think about these tier ones right now? I know there's some exchanges have gotten in trouble this, past year and everything, but with OKX and this partnership with VOLT-INU, how valuable is that in your opinion?
I think it's a great move in the right direction. And just being honest, I think the partnership is as strong as OKX can be here. right? Long as we don't have any issues with OKX, I think everything is going to be well. Because we've seen top exchanges that we thought would never go down. So I think it's all based off of that. But I also think Vault success isn't based off of the success of this partnership. It's just something else to add to Vault. So that's kind of how I look at it.
It does add to it. Like I was looking, they're not following too many people, so I went down the list, and I was very pleased with who they're friends with. I was like, they got some top notch friends over here. They're all eating lunch and having dinner together. I was saying the other day, the tier 1 wives all hang out together.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, they all hang out together. And so for Vaultoshi to get a partnership for VOLT-INU 2, you just don't see that. You're not seeing meme coins getting listed on tier 1s right now. You're not seeing partnerships really whatsoever, but we just keep not like getting them one after another. And then that space they had the other day with Aussie Power and Pablo, they even offered services to us. Like, yeah, we can help with your NFTs. And yeah, we love Vault. This is cool. Y'all's community is so strong. And they said it a few times, like, oh, wow, you have a very strong community. We all just went there. And so that was cool.
Can I say this? Twin, I know I say I'm just a regular person. So, like you're all regular people, but I don't know how to necessarily speak in TA, whatever, all the time. But understand, just because I say something about money, I'm basing it off of when I came in, my experience, the different things that I've seen. I'm not focused on the money because at the end of the day, you focus on the money, but you don't focus on the money. You focus on what the project has. And with Volt, that's what I've learned a whole lot here, because I just get into projects and I would get out. But that's not. I think you're taking it, another way or whatever. But I'm not really focused on it like that, because at the end of the day, right now, I'm like, get your Volt. I'm okay with it being where it's at because I can load up. Like Pablo was saying, we'll be DCA until it gets to $1 billion market cap. So, I mean, I don't want you to think I'm focused all on money, because that's definitely not my focus, especially with Volt. Not right now anyway. But once it starts running, yeah.
Twins in. I just saw your comment. Be nice to my April. Don't be mean to her. not her, Twins in. Don't mess with her. No, please don't. I love Ladybug, and she's definitely more. I mean, she does ladies' night. She actually, her words of encouragement helped me start my channel and continue with it. And she brings a lot to the space. So let's make sure that we give Ladybug the respect that she deserves, because she's a very smart individual, very, very smart woman in crypto and Web3. So let's give respect to the ladies. Yep. I love Ladybug. Yeah, we do.
NZ, what's up? What's up?
What's up, NZ? She's going to be in the space cabin.
I saw it. That's going to be dope. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I got a guest every single day so far. I don't know how it happened. I just lucked out. I was like,
let's go, space chick.
I know. I was like, this is. I'm just an observer in the peanut gallery. I don't know what that means, Twins in.
I think he took what you guys were saying to heart, but he was kind of trying to make a light joke out of it. So I think he's on the same page.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, look, Ladybug is great. Ladybug.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, well, I just know we're all, everybody's different, Yeah. And if I come on trying to be like Mike or Space Chick or Crypto Latin, I can only be me. So, and I have to love me. So,
but yeah, we're all learning. You never stop learning. I mean, we always hear it. The day you stop learning is the day you lose. So I mean, we're always learning. And think about it, crypto's not done adopting. There's no way we can be done learning. Yeah.
And the technology is changing too. Right. Like whenever I saw some projects say at the beginning of 2023, they said there was a couple, and they said, oh yeah, we're working on our swap. I was like, damn, y'all are behind, because by 2023 there's going to be a whole other tech out there that you need to be worried about, and you're worried about your swap. When did you start? Today? No, I don't know. It's hard to compare. I know there's a lot of good people out there, a lot of good devs. I'm sure a lot of people trying to bring something special and can bring something special to the space. But I just feel like if you were there in 2022 building, those are the stars of the space right now. And we were meme coin of 2022, David Gokhshtein, and at NASDAQ. Oh my goodness, that NASDAQ was amazing. Thank you so much, Rowdy, for the super sticker. I love the different. Rowdy? I gotta check my phone whenever I see the super sticker. I can't see it on there. I don't know why. But Mike, I know you're a very, very busy man, and Ladybug also, because she likes to put all the guys and gals in check in the Telegram. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna be having Ladybug, inviting her as well, with all these vaulted guests. So yeah, just so y'all know. But Mike, I gotta say, I appreciate you. I respect you. I have the utmost respect for you, and I thank you, because if it wasn't for you, then I wouldn't know a lot about crypto, and you really helped with that. And it's very important. We are the face of crypto, so you speak to everybody so well, and your energy is so chill that it makes you feel comfortable. Like, okay, and you explain everything, and you just educate. And I love how you have AMAs with devs. I watched almost every single one of your videos. I was watching your even when you were talking about BitTorrent, like
that's how I blew up.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So man. Y'all got to sub to Mike the Investor. If you haven't already, then I mean, I don't know what you're doing, because he's amazing. And so is Ladybug. You got to go sub to her channel. Let's go to your channel, Miss Ladybug. Go follow. She's got a
new. I'm amazing until you come into the chat and you say the wrong.
Do what?
I'm the discipliner. So when you come into the chat and you say the wrong thing, then you know. Then then the mom has to come out. But yeah,
that is fun. Hey, I love it.
But I would say
shout out Ladybug.
Look, we went to Miami this weekend.
Yeah,
the ladies. Yes. And ladies in Miami came out and treated us and just loved on us. And so, you know, we're gonna be having some more stuff for the ladies. But just women empowering women, and that's why one of the things I love about Space Chick. Yeah, that was my plug right there. One thing I love about Space Chick is that, and all of Crypto Latina, all of bringing women together in this space so that we are able to invest and be able to ask questions and not feel intimidated or you know, we're being able to learn. And so that's one of the things I really love about Volt. The opportunity for all of the ladies to come in and grow and to be able to share their knowledge. And the ladies that we met this weekend, I'm gonna tell you right now, you know, they're top notch, and they're like the education, patiently waiting in harmony, because they don't want to be doxxed. But I mean, the education that they have is priceless. And that was just a couple of the ladies that came in. You know, Sandy and them were there and stuff like that. So, but
Sandy was there too.
I mean, it was a really awesome time. It really was. And so, you know, yeah, it was pretty cool. So we'll be doing it again. It'll be planned. We'll have, you know, because that was our first rodeo, so everything will be planned, and we'll have different things to do and stuff. But yeah, ladies, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's crypto definitely is not a boys' club anymore. So we're here, guys. We're here to stay. Whether you like it or not, we're not going anywhere. And we're here to learn, and women pay attention to details. So guaranteed. Yeah, just I mean, we're learning, and like Mike said, if you're not here learning, then that's whenever. How did you say it, Mike? Tell us how you said that again.
Well, it's been said before, but Whenever you feel you've learned it all, whenever you stop learning is the day you lose. So and I also said with crypto and just the technology itself, blockchain, with it constantly evolving every day, there's no way us as investors, as enthusiasts, could stop learning. Everything is still evolving. So it's a everyday journey.
Yep, it is. It is. Well, I'm so happy to have both of y'all here. Man, y'all made my day, for real. I appreciate y'all, and I thank you so much. And I got to space nap y'all again. And Mike, thank you for everything you've done. And Ladybug, you're getting some more links. Mike, you always have a seat here in the space cabin. What you got?
I just wanted to say, can I get you on ladies' night one night? Mike, can we get you on ladies' night?
Yeah, I can come on.
You'll be surrounded by females. You got to put him. So you got to swipe him to the middle box. That's all you got to do. Swipe him, like move him up, and then you
got to show me how to do that before.
I will. We got to make sure that the guys that get invited on are in the middle, surrounded by all the ladies.
It was like once I started talking about Vault, like the ladies of the Vault community start reaching out. Crypto Latina reached out. She was like, Mike, I got to have you on since you're vaulted. I was like, cool, I'll come on. Space Chick said, Mike, you got to come on to a Vault the stream. I said, I got you. I'll come on. And now here's Ladybug. Can you come on the ladies' night? So I got you. I'll come on.
Yay. See, we love you, Mike. You're awesome. You are awesome, and you're an OG in the space, y'all. Like I said, if you're not following Mike, go follow him and Ladybug, and check out my channel.
You bring your drink too, Mike.
That's why I'm laughing.
Bring your drink.
That's why I'm laughing.
It's unorthodox. Sorry, we start out professional.
It does. It starts off pro, and then it gets turned up.
It goes left.
It's
really quick too.
But it's ladies' night, so come hang out with us.
Yes. And then come by the space cabin tomorrow, y'all. I have Bleaves Crypto. Bleaves, he's always right. And then I have T-Hobbs. So I'll be having those gentlemen here. But thank you so much for everybody that tuned in. And thank you again, Mike. And thank you, April. I love y'all. And yeah, I hope everybody has a great day. Stay vaulted.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.